Jesus fucking Christ. Just stream up. There you go. I just need to quickly hear my own audio. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll just quickly have to see why there is so much graining on my audio. I don't know why. But yeah, I'll quickly try to figure it out and we'll get started when that is ready. Can you hear me now? Looks like this is better, but let me just quickly add more to the filters. How about now? Still needs to be a little bit louder. We'll just let me fix that. Test, test, test. Still not as optimal as I would like it, but yeah, I'll just have to move on with that because now some people are getting angry that I'm not commentating. So let me just see, are you getting it now? Yeah, okay, you're getting the stream. And are you getting the sound as well? Yeah, you are getting the sound. I'm sorry. Yeah, I could just quickly explain what I was doing. Yeah, so I have a new microphone, and to make it like work, it had like a lot of buzz sound because it picks up more than my last microphone. So I had to filter that out using Streamlabs filter application software, which isn't that optimal for people who don't understand it. But yeah, quality is well underway now, and we have multiple drivers out here on the track. And let me just quickly bring up a few graphics. Yeah, no need to tire, but okay, now that we can start the stream. Yeah, Speedjack is leading on. Of course, I don't think a lot of drivers here have practiced for rain here in Miami, as it isn't that common that you see rain. But now that there is raining, it will be interesting to see how drivers adapt to this. And Torrier, for especially, seems to be struggling a lot with the rain. Of course, he isn't pretty fond of the rain as much as I know. And of course, now that we have begun, you can see him. But yeah, I just have to say that we do have a replay feature on the stream, which Toya made, but I won't use it because I don't have two screens. So if I use it, I can't really commentate about it. So it would just be you guys seeing the replay. So yeah, I can't really use it now. So yeah, we won't use that for this stream, but hopefully the next tier 1 stream we'll have that up and running. But yeah, Speedjack here going into the pits, but Thrusty seems to be on a hot lap here, and Thrusty has really well adapted to the rain. As I wasn't here for... was I for the last race? I don't think I was here last Sunday, so yeah, I haven't seen Thrusty so far up the grid, so it's really interesting to see what he can do. But Munkian here said it's a 1:38.1, so almost a blank there. So Munkian goes 2/10 faster than Speedjack here, which is actually pretty impressive here for Munkian. And it looks like Speedjack and Munkian are still fast as ever, even with the difficult conditions. But now Thrusty is now entering what would be third last corner. Hopefully, I have commentated the wrong lap. Sorry about that. Okay, let's move on then. As you can see, Atlas there. Is he on a hot lap? I can't really know if he's on a hot lap. Where is... oh, he's in sector 2 midterm. But do we have anybody on hot lap? I don't really know who's on a hot lap and who's on the in lap. Looks like perhaps Skive is on a hot lap. We'll see when he enters sector 1 here. I don't really know though. I don't think he's on a hot lap. He's driving really slow. But let's see now as he will hit the mid sector. Where's the mid sector timing here? Is it here? Well, that's the DRS zone, which we won't see any of this qualifying session, as it is raining quite heavily. Of course, not wet, but inters still means that you would have some struggling. But here, Atlas setting a 1:36.8. Which is a really fast lap time here from Atlas, so it looks like the track is perhaps drying, or Atlas is just that much faster than anybody else. So yeah, I don't really know which one of it is, but that's a really fast lap time there from Atlas, and really impressive and well done for him. Now I'm trying to figure out who is on a hot lap. Could Theo be on a hot lap? Don't really know. We can see now, as he should enter the mid-sector timing. Where is the mid-sector timing here? He's outside the track. They are quite low as well. But now we should get the mid-sector timing. And yeah, he is on hot lap, improving by 0.2. Now entering sector 2 here. Of course, where there should be a DRS zone, there is not now, as because of the rain. But Theo now going into, I haven't read the corner map, so I don't know what corner that was. And before Neo even tries to say something, I do not have the same access as a F1 commentator to get all of those papers beside my desk, which says all of that. So just throw it out the window before you say something. And now Theo down the main straight, I guess you could call it, as it is the longest straight on this circuit. Of course, the main straight is technically the one on the finish line, but this is really the one where you will see overtaking maneuvers, and also, of course, in sector 1 there, or into turn 1. But Theo now, will he improve now as he crosses the last corner there and over the line? Going second fastest with a 1:37.8. I do think the track is drying though, so I do believe that Speedjack here will perhaps improve quite a bit now, as he is purple in sector 2. Now going down the main straight, as of course I don't know he's purple because this game is kind of buggy with that. But now Speedjack, what pace you have in that Ferrari, oh my god. Going down this straight here and keeping that hairpin. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there, as he's now going down to the finishing line, and he goes fastest, setting a 1:36.3. So a big improvement there for Speedjack, meaning that the track is most likely drying right now, and the drivers will have adapted to those drying conditions. Of course, labeling them to go a lot faster now, and we'll see who is on a hot lap as well here. I do believe that Thrusty is on a hot lap here, improving 0.6 there into sector 2 there. So he's clearly improving by quite a bit here. Thrusty now going in to this, like, I guess you could call it like a curvy straight, as it is foot to the pedal, but of course it isn't technically a straight. But now into this slow sector here. This is tricky to get right this, as you can also see a little bit of sliding there on his rear wheels there, and of course Thrusty knows how to keep that under control, as you can also see a Mercedes behind him, and I do believe that that is the Mercedes of Munkian, who will definitely also be a pole contender this race, as Atlas actually goes 1:36 blank now, improving on his lap time and beating even Speedjack. So this is an interesting final minute here we have in qualifying, as there's a lot of drivers who can snatch poles, even Thrusty here, as Thrusty crosses the lines to go P3. Of course he will also have some improvements, but Munkian now improving Was that a lap? No, that wasn't a lap. Munkia now on a hot lap into turn 1 here, keeping nice and cool here, and keeping himself well on the apex. That is what's hard here during the rain, is to keep yourself on the apex and under focus. Of course, you can also spin out in the corners as well, so keeping your focus here in the rain is really important, and it will also be really important in the race. If it rains in the race, I can't know if it will happen, but you can almost see dry sectors here, as I do believe that the rain has totally stopped right now. So I don't know if perhaps we'll have a rain race. I don't know. There just might be a rain qualifying. But now Munkian going into the slow part of the track here in sector 2, and this is where you gain and lose a lot of time here in Miami, and I do think it's the same during wet conditions, and almost stopping the car there in that small chicane there, and hitting the wall there actually, Munkian. Of course, that won't damage his car here, but in real life that might have been quite an incident. But now Munkian down the straight here, and a lot of speed here. I don't know how much, I couldn't read on the dash there, but I do believe that I was pretty quick here. And now Munkian in the final part of the track here, crossing the last corner here, and over the line, and he goes pole for Munkian. And I do believe that is qualifying finished, as Munkian lines it up on pole with a 1:35.7, and I do believe that is a very well-timed lap there for Munkian, because I don't think that Torge has anything to really give. We can see now, but I don't think Torge will have any shot at... Oh, it was close, but no, 7/10 isn't close, never mind. But yeah, that means that Munkian will take pole this race, and also Atlas lining up beside him. But I must say, what a great timing there for Munkian, getting his lap time just at the end on a drying track. So that is very smart. Of course, Speedjack finished almost a minute before him. So Speedjack, of course, had a much wetter track when he was driving. So that was a pretty smart move there for Munkian, and that is what Munkian is usually good at here in our league, is to just get that strategy right. And Speedjack is pretty good on strategy, but nobody really beats Munkian here on strategy, as we don't have technical engineers. I don't know, maybe some drivers have them or private, but Munkian, I do believe he makes his own strategies. So yeah, Munkian takes pole, Atlas going up in P2, Speedjack P3, Torje in P4, Thrusty P5, Theo P6, Theo actually beating out Neo, that is an ego boost for him. Neo in P7, Nasser in P8, Vemund P9, Skiv P10, Edge P11, Miko P12, Vanguard P13, and Semi H in P14, and I do believe that there was somebody in P15, but I can't get that up right now, so we'll advance. Yeah, going now into the race, and it'll be interesting to see if it's raining here. Sorry if I'm just talking a little bit low now. Can you hear me well? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you can hear me well. So yeah, we'll move on to the race. And yeah, hopefully all drivers can get in, as we're just waiting for Theo now. I'll just use this time to take a quick break, and yeah. I'm back, and yeah, it looks like the drivers are now out on the formation lap here, and yeah, there was some grid penalties, I believe. Wasn't there grid penalties? I am not too sure about if they are served as we speak right now. It might actually have be that we will DNF the cars after the stud, because I do believe that we had some grid penalties. Of course, I'm not too sure about it, but yeah, now the drivers are lining up on the grid, and as it is raining, terrible start camera, and yeah, it doesn't look like that will be improving, so yeah, we'll just have to live with this terrible start camera. Of course, this game is terrible when it comes to the camera choices. Don't really know why. It should really like a... We could also perhaps have a decision if we want to go helicopter tracking or stuff like that. But yeah, Monkey on here leading and or starting from the front here, and of course, Semi-H being disqualified for possession. Of course, that doesn't really matter in formation lap. But now we'll have the race start, as the lights should light up around about now. Yeah, we have this stuff again. This reminds me of Imola last time, as you might remember that. So yeah, to all just drive. Oops. Okay, so we're starting now that Neo has left currently, and Monkyan is away now, leading the race here. I don't know if this is the race that will count, but yeah, Monkyan leading the race, as and he's already pulled away, as well as Atlas is 1 second behind here, and Speedjack as well is now chasing Atlas, but Atlas has closed in a little bit now, as it looks like Neo was the one who was bugging the session, but now Monkyan leading this race. Monkyan got a well start there from pole. Where's Theo dropped down to? Oh no, poor Theo. As there's an incident here, as Theo collides with was it Drew Lesser there, as Theo gets a 5-second time penalty for severe collision there with who was a Vanguard. So already some job for McMaster there in the first lap, and I do think that you will be very happy about that. But Monkyan is now... Atlas is actually gaining a little bit on Monkyan now, and Atlas is chasing him, as Speedjack is now 1 second behind behind Atlas. So Atlas has managed to pull away a little bit for Speedjack, and is now chasing Monkyan here. Of course, he will not have the help of DRS, as it is raining currently, but when we get slick conditions, as well might happen, as I can't see it raining here on track, and do you think that that is... yeah, just quickly wait. Back, and wait a second. Okay, doesn't look like anything. But yeah, Atlas has actually overtaken Monkyan while I was away. I don't know how that happened. Of course, we don't have the replay for that. But Speedjack is now actually also closing on Monkyan. And Speedjack goes into the wall there. That means that Monkyan will begin to pull away now quite drastically, as Nasser will also gain a little bit on that, as Speedjack has now fallen by to 1 and 15 tenths behind Monkyan now, and of course Toria, also Speedjack's teammate, has fallen a few positions.
Nasser as well. And if you're writing in the chat, it won't help. I can't see it. So yeah, if you want to write to me about something, you just quickly write on Discord, I guess. In our Discord, because I can't see it. I mean, maybe I can see it. Wait a minute. Let me just quickly get the stream up on my phone. Teo's game has crashed. Is the quality of the broadcast bad for anyone else? Quality bad? Can't really say it's bad. But yeah. Speed jack. No, it's actually 1/8 Munkian is struggling a little bit with this pace. That might be setup related, as he might have had a heavily influenced qualifying setup here. But Munkian is also not that far behind Atlas again, so perhaps Speedjack is the one with the fastest pace concurrently. Of course, any other battlings happening on track I can't really see, as Teo's game has crashed, so he's most likely an AI. And Edge is also far behind. He might have crashed. I couldn't see anything. But now Munkian will not be able to make a move just about now, as he'll have to wait when he overtakes overtake Atlas. And yeah, Thirsty is also far behind. I mean, people are close, but nothing's really happening. Of course, people don't have DRS. But Munkian now is actually closer than ever now, only 3/10 behind Atlas here. Will he be able to make a move here on that curvy straight there you have in Sector 2? Perhaps, but then he'll have to keep himself close, and it does look like he can manage that. He's now 7/10 behind Atlas, and Speedjack, of course, right behind him as well. So now Munkian, what will you do now? As Munkian is almost drifting off the track there a little bit, at least on my camera it looks like he was doing it. And now Munkian is almost a second behind Atlas here, as we have a Aston Martin which has spun on track here, and will now be able to get back on track. And now Speedjack is almost looking down the inside there of Munkian, and perhaps even making a move. Does look like he's that interested in making a move though, so yeah, Atlas looks to be pretty safe now, as Munkian has just completely lost him now, and is 1 second behind. Now Atlas, no, Speedjack is now getting a little bit closer, but now he made the same mistake in the same place he made a mistake last time, and he is not able to get any closer on this straight. It also looks like Skive is perhaps making a move on Neo here. Looks to be the closest battle on track currently. Skive is now only 2/10 behind Neo. Skive will perhaps make a move now as Neos defends himself. Skive, will he go down the outside here as Skive breaks late, and Neo is Neo is still in front there, but that was a really good move from Skive there, and almost breaking a lot later than Neo. Thankfully, we have kept it clean, as that could have gone bad very quickly, as looking like Skive has much faster pace there. And we have Edge spinning there in the slow sector there in Sector 2. And yeah, not really anything worth commentating. Nobody really closer than Neo and Skive right now, so we'll just review this battle as it moves on. Of course, Skive now chasing Neo, and it's actually quite well at it, as Skive looks to have a higher tempo in his car. Perhaps if he keeps this up this season, he'll be able to get the Red Bull seat from Neo. But now Skive down the straight, losing a little bit on the straight there. I do believe that Neo perhaps has a lower downforce setup, but now Miko is almost caught up to him as well, so now Skive has more pressure on him to finish the job. And it looks like Neo has a lower sector has a much lower downforce setup than Skive. As you can see there in that sector, Neo lost almost everything he had there, But now Skiva will be able to make a move now. You have to use your ERS, you have to use your overtake and go for the inside. That is the optimal in that corner there. But now he's too far away, and he won't be able to make a move just about now, and is unfortunate. It's also, you can see there, Mikko is also pretty close to this bunch of drivers as well, so we have real fight here going on for the battle of P8 here. So this is really interesting, as Skiva is now losing a little bit of time here. So it really is confusing for me to understand why Skiva is faster some places while he's slower some places. It doesn't look to be setup related as well. Might just be that he's better at Neo at some parts of the track, and Skiva is really close now, only 3/10 behind him. And now, perhaps only now, will be Skiva's chance, as Neo's ERS is blinking, and I don't think that Skiva one is blinking, as Skiva is past Neo there. Oh, is he though? As they are side by side there, and both ERS lights are blinking red, and Mikko's one is also blinking red there, so all of these drivers are below 10% ERS, but it does look like Mikko actually managed to get that overtake done and finished, as it's now 7/10 up to Skiva. That is way too far from Neo to do anything about, unless if he has a great setup. But now Speedjack is chasing Munkian, is only 3/10 behind Munkian, so this might actually be the break Speedjack was looking for, and he's now trying to overtake Munkian here, and it does look like Munkian has countered there, but it does look like Munkian is somehow struggling with the pace this race, and somebody who isn't struggling is Atlas. Atlas is just really fast here, and as the track dries, it just looks like Atlas is just getting faster and faster, so perhaps Atlas is really good with these inters on the dry, and that is why this suits him. Looks like Neo has also been able to snatch on to Skiva quite well, but this is not what we're interested in right now, as Speedjack is only 3/10 behind Munkian here. Will he be able to make a move now here into the long straight here on MAIMI, as he is really close to Munkian's rear wing here, and it almost looks like he will be able to make a move, as Speedjack here is all over his rear wing. And now Speedjack perhaps has the option to get overtake. Doesn't look like looks to be the gap is too large, but no, Speedjack is a lot faster than Munkian on the straight, and he goes down the inside here. Will Munkian be able to defend it? I don't think he will, as looks like Speedjack is past Munkian. Impressive overtake there from Speedjack, and by the book, and very clean. Of course, the championship rivals last year still battling it out. I haven't had a look at the championship, but I do believe that Atlas is leading the championship, so I'm not sure, but that is interesting nonetheless. But now Atlas is pulling away quite hard here, as Speedjack has lost a few tenths during that overtake maneuver. And what else do we have happening on track here? It looks like Mikko is almost lost Neo, and Neo has completely lost Skiv. Skiv is now chasing down Vemund. And we have a yellow flag on track, and that is Semi H, who has spun and lost his front wing, but thankfully right in front of the pit. How convenient. But I do believe that, I don't know, the track looks really dry now, so it might actually be that we'll soon see the DRS be enabled. So Semi H unfortunately gets a 5-second time penalty there for speeding in the pit lane, which is quite unfortunate for him, and almost getting lapped there as well. But now Atlas is 2 seconds in front of Speedjack, but Speedjack is improving quite drastically on the straight, so I do believe that Speedjack has a really low downforce setup here, and is going extremely fast on the straight compared to the other drivers, as Munkian is almost was second behind Speedjack. but Atlas go fastest this lap, setting a 1:36.3, which is almost qualifying lap here from Atlas. But of course the lap is drying, and you can see the track here is almost dry here, and yeah, actually you can see Atlas is now improving his lap time in the corners, so it looks like Speedjack has a really low down for setup, and nothing else is really happening on track, as no drivers are really close to each other. So Monkey and Speedjack are the drivers who are closest to each other, so we'll just focus on them for the while being, and hopefully we'll soon get to see the DRS be enabled, which will be really interesting to see. Then perhaps Munkian can actually make a move, as Munkian has been able to stay in the second to Speedjack, so Munkian has done a good job there, keeping himself close to Speedjack. Now Munkian, what will you do now? And Speedjack looks to be over the second now. Of course, Munkian will... Has he gotten some slipstream here? Does look like he's gotten some slipstream here, but now Turyao is actually looks like he will be able to make a move on Nasser here. Of course, looks to be long way up to Nasser though, so I'm not sure if he will be able to do it. Of course, this is looking to be the battle of the 5th position, as Munkian goes fastest this lap actually. Munkian is fastest lap here, and almost look like Atlas is struggling a little bit now, as Speedjack is only a second behind him. So looks like Munkian has picked up his pace and Atlas is struggling, so it looks like the turns has tabled. The tables have turned here here in Miami, and Atlas is almost being caught up by Speedjack here, and of course down this straight I do believe that Speedjack will be within the second to Atlas, and Munkian now also improving on Speedjack, so it looks like we'll have a good old battle for the first position here, which is quite classic with these 3 drivers, as all 3 drivers are really quick. But now Speedjack is only 6/10 behind Atlas. Of course, that is that gap is expanding during these high downforce sectors, but now Speedjack should quite drastically pull in, and it looks really dry on track now, so it won't be long till we'll see the DRS as well, I think, as the track looks really dry now, and perhaps we'll see the slicks soon. Looks like Semi H is in the pits. No, Edge is in the pits. We'll perhaps go for the slicks here. Yeah, the mediums. Atlas is also going into the pits. Looks like the drivers are now going into shift for the slick tire compound. But is it too early? That is the question. Now, this is almost an unsafe release there to Atlas, and Atlas is choosing the hard tire compound, so he's hoping to take that to the end of the race, and Speedjack is right behind him. This must we see, as Speedjack is all over Atlas' gearbox. But now, what's interesting to see how big is that gap once they do complete a few corners. It looks like Speedjack is also going for the hard, and it does look like Munkian is also on the hard tire compound, so it looks like all of the drivers are hoping to finish this race on the hard tire compound, which is really interesting to see, as Atlas has been able to pull away here in a little bit in the start, as Atlas is doing well. But what would have been interesting is the medium tire compound, because of course it's really hard to warm up the hard tire compound compared to the medium. So if for say Munkian would have gone to the medium, he would have 1 lap now where he could almost attack these drivers like they're candy, of course, before they get some heat in their tires. So perhaps if he just had pulled away with the mediums, he could have then just hoped that they wouldn't pull in the last laps. But of course the hard tire compound might be the only option they have for such a long stint, but it is something to think about anyway. So just some peace of mind there. Semi H get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It looks like Semi H is struggling a little bit with the speeding line, Of course, we do have a pit lane assist off in this league. I don't know if we have it in tier 2, but we do have it off in tier 1. So yeah, that is something to look out for. And the race control system now, DRS, is now enabled. This is what we've been waiting for all this time, as Drew Lessers get a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And looks like Semi H has now been officially lapped by Speedjack, and it looks like Edge will have the same fate here, as Speedjack and Atlas are now closing in on him. And what's really been interesting here to see is that Drew Lessard was really fast in the first race, but now it looks like he's struggling a little bit. So that is also an interesting remark to make about that. And looks like Atlas is really well now and pulling away here from Speedjack and Munkian. So this championship is just really kicking off with Speedjack, Munkian and Atlas being the title contenders. Of course, you have others, but they are much more unreliable in races, the pace. So I don't think we really need to count them in. But Atlas down straight here, as he will get DRS soon from Semi H, or no, that is Edge. He will get DRS from. I don't know how far the gap is, but he should get DRS soon, as Edge actually had the fastest lap that race, but Speedjack had the got the fastest lap here. So Speedjack has picked up his pace now and is chasing Atlas down, and Munkian looks also to be struggling a little bit with his pace. Also looks like there aren't that many battlings happening on the grid, but almost so I take that back, as it looks like Nasser is actually having a small battle here with Thrusty here for P4, as we have a yellow safety car as Edge has DNF'd. DNF for Edge, as there is a safety car out on track, so that means that we have a safety car, which means I'll use this to take a quick break. the car is going in this lap. And of course, it looks like also Monkey-On has spun. So that is also as expected. I can't say that, but yeah, it is unfortunately common that Monkey-On spins during the safety car. But now, as the drivers are now on the gas pedal, Atlas has now. Ooh, Speedjack is really close behind him now. Perhaps even making a move, as Thrusty is also involved in this battle, and it looks like we also have a battle here between Nasser and Tolia. It looks like Nasser, who is coming out on top here, I don't really know, as Nasser will now have the inside line here, but it looks like he just gives that position to Tolia, which is a really sportsmanship move, as we have a yellow flag, as Drew Lessard has spun. As Monkey-On now makes a move on Thrusty. I don't think Thrusty will be able to retaliate, as Monkey-On just is a bit faster. But Torgeir now down the inside here of Thrusty, and almost pushing him wide there. So that will is interesting, as Torgeir now is down the inside here, and Thrusty makes way here, as Thrusty is now getting attacked by Nasser here. Which is his whole team actually, as he was a McLaren driver before, but now Nasser looks to have given up, and Thrusty is now chasing Toya again, so that was quite an interesting battle we had there. But Speedjack now down the inside of Atlas. It doesn't look like he managed to make that stick. Now Speedjack also has a chance here. Will he go down the inside? It doesn't look like he's trying to. Atlas is now currently in the lead, but that is a very strong currently, because Speedjack has a lot of pace now, and is definitely trying to win this race, as he most definitely wants this championship to be his, as there's also been a gap forming between Torgeir and Monkey-On. So don't think we'll see anything more of those in the lead pack. Of course, also Thrusty doesn't look like we're going closer to Nasser, as we had a crash there for some age, but Nasser is closing in Thrusty, as what was I seeing? I saw them crash. Well, okay. That is interesting, but now Speedjack is now closing into the DRS zone, which is when he will be able to make his overtake attempt, as this is some terrible camera choice. Only in F1 2022, but now we have some better camera here, and Speedjack is opening his DRS swing right now. No, he doesn't have DRS. Oh, he doesn't have DRS. My bad. Doesn't look like DRS has been enabled yet. I don't know when we'll get DRS. Now, right about now, I guess we'll get the DRS activation. But now Monkey-On seems to have gotten his pace together, and yeah, DRS is now enabled. That means that Speedjack will have a chance against Atlas, but now he's over the second, and Monkey-On is really close here. This is actually really interesting, as Monkey-On is closer than ever to Speedjack, so perhaps we'll even see an overtake attempt here from Monkey-On on Speedjack here, and Monkey-On diving almost down the inside there, as Monkey-On will now open his DRS swing, and will try to make a move here, and yeah, now his DRS wing is open. Will Monkey-On be able to make a move? He is closing fast, but I don't think he will be able to make a move just yet, as Speedjack has a really low downforce setup chosen for Miami here, and that makes him really impossible to overtake. That is of course the meaning by it, but now Monkey-On will have a chance going down the straight, as Monkey-On is close and is able to hang on to Speedjack, as Monkey-On now gets full throttle. It looks like he's lost a little bit on the start there, but now Monkey-On should have the DRS wing right about now, as Monkey-On opens his DRS wing, and he's almost not even closing in on Speedjack. Speedjack just has such a low downforce setup. Should almost be illegal, but yeah, it makes it really hard there for Monkey-On to make a a move there down the inside, and Atlas setting the fastest lap of the race as Miko gets a 3-second time penalty. Looks like a lot of things are happening right now as Nasser and Torja are now battling, it looks like. Or is Torja lagging? Yeah, Torja is lagging. That is nothing new. But Munkian now, what will he do now? It looks like Thrusty is really struggling here with this tempo as he's being attacked from Vemund, and also yeah, he is attacking Thrusty, but when he was on the inters he was doing so well, like in definite control of that 4th position there. But now Munkian, when will you do your move? Of course Munkian is struggling here because Nasser's Speedjack insanely low down for setup, which is makes him near impossible to overtake. I mean, just look at it. He has to get a good exit now. I don't think a good exit will save him anyway, as he will be able to open his DRS swing right about now, as he has his DRS swing open. Don't think it will be enough, as you can see here, as he's only gaining around you can measure his gaining in hundredths of a second. You don't measure in tenths. So yeah, he's just not that fast on the main straight, Munkian, unfortunately. He's making it all up in the mid sectors, but Speedjack is just so damn fast on the main straight. So yeah, there's really nothing Munkian can do about that unless he gets a really good exit. But then again, Speedjack will probably just overtake him without a hitch. Of course, Munkian probably has a setup more toned to qualifying, and that might be the reason why. But yeah, Munkian now, he's still really close, but as you can see now, as he opens his DRS swing right about now, let's see how much he gains. He isn't even gaining. Oh yeah, you can measure how much time he gained in, like, how much did he gain there? Like 900ths of a second? It's almost nothing. And that is why Munkian is definitely struggling so much by to get past Speedjack. And oh, Speedjack heading in the wall there as Munkian goes down the inside, but he has to be in front of was in front of the DRX detection zone. I don't think, as Munkian will now have the DRS, as we cross the DRS swing, and Munkian will now make a move. It doesn't look like Speedjack will be able to do anything about that, as Munkian now has the inside and is a front of Speedjack. But now Speedjack will have the chance to make a move, as Speedjack now, of course, is insanely low down for a setup. Now has the chance to make a move, as Munkian is also empty of ERS. I don't know how much ERS. It looks like Speedjack has around 40% ERS. So Munkian is struggling quite hard here, and I'm not sure if he will be able to keep that position, as Speedjack has a lot of ERS and also a lot of or lack thereof of downforce. As Torja spins, Torja DNFs. Torja has DNF'd and Torja is out of the race. Where did he DNF? He's in the wall. Torja is in the wall, and that means that Torja is out of this race, and we have a safety car. That must be really unfortunate for Torja, who was in P4, as you can see him in the wall there, and that means that that is an end to Torja's race. What a crash there, as you can see there. They despawned the car, but it looks like he most probably would have spun there. So yeah, that is unfortunate for Torja there. Of course, not much he can do about it. Now, at least. But yeah, what an unfortunate incident there for Torja. But he was in P4, which is a really good position. That means now that Thrusty is back in P4. So yeah, that is the battle for P4 over, I believe, unless Vemund has any chance at taking Thrusty, but not too sure if that is going to happen. So I'll just move my mic a little bit so I get a little bit closer to my yeah, safety car. Perhaps we'll even get Toya into the commentating box, but I'm not too sure if he wants to. As Atlas, oh no, poor guy. Oh, that is really unfortunate there, as Atlas was disqualified from the session there for not stopping in front of the safety car. Oh no, Atlas. That one stings, as Atlas is now out of the session. And where is Speedjack? It looks like Vemund is actually leading this race right now, as the other drivers gone in for the stop. Yeah, Munkian and Speedjack have gone in for their stop. Munkian going on to the medium tire compound and Speedjack going out for soft. Don't totally understand Munkian's decision there, as a lot of drivers is actually pitted. That means currently Vemund is leading this race, which is the first time he's led a race. So what chaos this safety car caused, because of, yeah, what pure chaos this safety car here caused. So yeah, I still don't totally understand Munkian's decision to go on to the medium tire compound, as there is only 7 laps left of this race. So I don't really know why he made that decision, but yeah, I do think we'll have the safety car at least 2 laps more. So yeah, what would be really fun to see is that Vemund wins, which means that we still have a Norwegian winning the race, which would be quite nice. But what an unfortunate incident from both him and Atlas. Poor Atlas. I'm not too sure if we have any rules for that. Of course, really unfortunate there. That's not what we like to see. Unfortunately, it wasn't a penalty either. It wasn't like we could remove a penalty, but it was a disqualification. So he got disqualified. So. Yeah, really unfortunate, because there's not much we can do about that. Of course, we could red flag the race and restart it, but that wouldn't be too fair for Monkey on the Speedjack now, would it? So, yeah, really unfortunate there. Of course, Toya being the car that started it all. So I guess if Atlas wants somebody to blame, it is Toya. So, yeah. We are now waiting for the lights to go off. It looks like the safety car has shut off its lights. Hard to see. No, it won't shut off its lights until it's on the straight, so we won't see if it's going in this lap until the main straight. So yeah, technically it should lapped cars by, because we do have Semi H who is lapped. It's also Vennegaard has also not catched the safety car queue. So really we should actually restart this around lap 25 if the game does anything to the book. Of course the game doesn't always do things to the book, but if everything goes as how the FIA would rule it, we would have let Semi H by. And then let Vennegaard catch the queue, and when we have done all that, we restart the race. So yeah, round about lap 25, but not too sure if they actually will let Semi H unlap himself. That is a big if they want to do that. So hopefully they will let him unlap himself, but can't really guarantee it, as he is in midfield right now. As this game is programmed by literally monkeys, because I believe the main problem we have with F1 2022 is like most of it is just code which has been recycled. I believe that what EA or Codemaster should do for F1 2023 or 23 is that they just make the game from bottom up, like no reusing of assets, just make the game from the beginning. And I know that they're not going to do that, but that would really help. As just make things realistic and not have so many bugs, but of course they're not going to do that. I don't know how long back you have to go before you find games which doesn't have the same code as this game. I guess like probably F1 2017 or perhaps F1 2018. This one most probably they would have scrambled that code. So as Neo Games gets a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Semi-H, as Semi-H has been DNF'd as well. Does Neo have damage on his car as well? Will the safety car shut off his lights now? That's what I'm looking at. As the safety car is not... Oh yeah, safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. So unfortunate for Neo that, but yeah, the safety car is going in this lap. And that means that it is Vemund's decision now when to restart the race, as Munkian is right behind him, heating his tires. Of course, Vemund on the hard tire compound will struggle to keep this start, as Vemund's going slow there, as he's given throttle now, as Munkian didn't quite catch that. It was actually pretty okay restart there from Vemund, as Vemund now won't be overtaking into the first corner, as it almost looks like he's heating his tire a little bit there, as Munkian is really close, almost slamming into his rear gearbox there. What could save Vemund now is that if Speedjack now starts to battle with Munkian, that would give Vemund his first win in the league, which is really fun to see. And I would actually love to see that Vemund wins the race. Of course, most likely not going to happen, but you never know. Now Speedjack does look like he will be able to make a move, as unfortunately Munkian will overtake Vemund for the win, but that doesn't mean... unfortunately isn't a right word to use there, but unfortunately for Vemund, he won't see his first victory this race, as Munkian has now overtaken him, and he is now shark bait for the rest of the grid, as Speedjack will most likely overtake him on this next straight. And Munkian will now have a chance to pull away from Speedjack, as Speedjack will now overtake Vemund here, as Vemund doesn't really stand any chance to stop him from doing that. Hopefully Vemund's last hope now is actually to stay in front of Nasser, and if he manages to do that, he would get a P3, which is still his first pole or podium in North One League, so that would still be a positive for him, as Munkian now goes fastest, and now also Speedjack will be now chasing Munkian down quite heavily, as the battle for the win is now between Munkian and Speedjack, and unfortunately Atlas got disqualified from the race. Not too sure if we can give him like something for that, but that must have hurt. Means a lot in the championship. Means a lot that he got disqualified this race, so yeah, I mean, perhaps he loses the championship by just 2 points, and this race he would have gotten 25 points. So yeah, this could mean a lot for him as well in the championship, if you're thinking that way. But yeah, as Speedjack is not particularly gaining here on Munkian, as someone like Munkian's gaining on Speedjack here. As there's a yellow flag in sector 2, as that is Venegard who had an incident. Of course, Neo picking up that point. Don't think he will be able to catch Teo's AI, as I do believe that that is an AI driving Teo's car. As Vemund is now getting overtaken by Nasser here, and he now has to defend from Thrusty as well, so really not the way that Vemund could have hoped for, but of course he wasn't really in the position to win this race anyway, but he should have probably just pitted, as he was in P3 I believe, or was in P4 before the safety car, but the gamble didn't pay off, and Vemund is now in P4. Right. Only like 3 laps remaining in this race. So not a lot of chances. Ooh, Speedjack is actually improving here on Munkian. So Speedjack is improving here. So yeah, Munkian will have to defend for Speedjack. Speedjack actually gets DRS now, so perhaps even Speedjack will have a chance now with his broken downforce. Let's just see how much he gains. Yeah, just look at that. Just look how the numbers just fly downwards on the straight. He will actually perhaps even make an overtake attempt. No, not just yet, but now he will actually get a second chance as Munkian goes wide there. Perhaps even Speedjack will have an overtake attempt here into turn 1. It doesn't look like as Munkian manages to just get the gap high enough. But that is a real show of Speedjack's lower downforce setup and how much it can do. As Thrusty now makes a move on them one, not just yet. It looks like Miko is also trying to overtake Theo now as Miko gets spun around into the wall there. Fortunate there for Miko as Miko is struggling to get his car back on track, and Miko is now currently in P11. What an unfortunate incident for me, as Neo is chasing down Venegard as well, but that is not that interesting compared to what's happening in the front here, as Speedjack is now really close to Munkian. Will Speedjack make his move already? It doesn't just look like that, as Munkian was able to defend that quite well, and but that is kind of irrelevant because now
broadcast camera away with the HUD.
That was aggressive. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Yeah. So now Speedjack will he be able to meet? He's past Munkian, and there's nothing Munkian can do about it really, as Speedjack's downforce is just so broken. And of course Speedjack is also on the soft tire, but Munkian now, does he have DRS? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he has the DRS swing now. It doesn't look like first he has it at least. So Munkian not able to make a move, and I do believe that solidifies our winner, as Speedjack of course don't really know why Munkian went to the medium tire compound. Not too sure why he did it, but Speedjack is leading this race on the soft tire compound, which should be faster than the medium right now, as they aren't that old, are they? I'll just quickly check that. Well, they are 7 laps, but of course most of them are behind the safety car. So pretty sure that those mediums were the right, were the right choice. But Munkian really close here. Not too sure if he will be able to make a move here. It's really up for debate, as Munkian is really close here into this small under the bridge here, and he now has to get a good exit to have a shot at the win here. No. Munkian will not win this. Perhaps Speedjack had a much worse exit than Munkian, as Munkian is now really close, and it does look like Munkian will be able to get a overtake maneuver, as Speedjack is now forcing him around the outside, but Speedjack goes into the wall there. Munkian goes down the inside. We will win, as Munkian is down in the outside here in this corner. Munkian, it's side by side, and it's a photo finish, but Speedjack just about takes the win there. Oof. What a finish, Munkian only 0.008 of a second behind Speedjack, so that is a really interesting ending there. What an ending there, and yeah. Woof. Only 9,000 of a second there, so that is a really tight ending there, but of course we have our winner. Not Drew Lessard. Speedjack takes the win, but just again. Oh, Drew Lessard actually got driver of the day as well. Not too sure if of course we most likely changed that after the race. But driver of the day isn't really that relevant. But now we'll get up the finishing results, as we could just quickly get those. just waiting for games to show us our results. Of course, we'll just have to see the podium celebrations. Of course, Enzo wants them, although he never makes an edit with them. Just quickly wait as Speedjack wins this race, which is quite a dramatic finish. Of course, I do believe that the real winner here should have been Atlas. Of course, Toya screwed that chance for him. Of course, Toya and himself screwed that chance. So Speedjack did technically get some help with that win there from his teammate. So at least kind of helped Speedjack when you think about it. But that means that Speedjack wins the race. And don't know what this does about the championship, but Monkey Young finishes P2. And a lot of drivers DNF this race, as also a lot of drivers get a lot of penalties. Not too sure if a lot of drivers was also AI, because Neo had his time to bitch at me. Perhaps it was an AI, I don't know. But yeah, I do think we'll have the interviews. Of course, Toya on my screen, safety car didn't show up till I passed it. So I had 2 seconds to give back, but then I was already past it. Yep. I don't know what we'll do with the post-race interviews. I do think we'll go here. Of course, Toya screwed all of this up, so really there should be like a podium here or some kind. It doesn't work. But yeah, we'll just wait for the interviews as we have. I'll quickly see if I can manage to get this up and running. Most likely not, as it is. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't work. But yeah, we'll just bring Toya up here, as he was the one to win his race for his teammate, technically. Toya, you had quite an interesting battle there for P4, but of course, you are having echo.
Yeah, I know. I took it off now.
Yeah. A quite an interesting battle there for P4, but you managed to bin it in the wall, but not totally unfortunate for you, because it did technically mean that your teammate won that race. You wouldn't probably have won it if it wasn't for the safety car you created. But yeah, you must not be too happy with this result.
Well, no, but first of all, about the interview thing, you press the I of the 3 names. It's not that hard.
The I off?
Yeah, you do so that you can see the names.
You go into properties or what?
No, you open the folder if you double click it.
Yeah, that does nothing.
Well, it should open.
Ah, well, it doesn't.
Well, we'll figure it out for this. Well, yeah, I was. I mean, I didn't really have the pace to be with the leaders. They were really fast today, especially Atlas. I think he was 1.3 seconds lap quicker than me at some points in the dries. So yeah, they were really dominant today. But yeah, obviously trying to push to see if I could catch Speedjack and Monkey, but took too much curb and just flew into the wall.
Yeah, we saw that, as didn't quite catch the crash, but did definitely see that you spun and crashed. So yeah, thank you for the interview anyway, Toya, and
Yes.
better luck next time, which will be Singapore, which actually is a sprint weekend. But now we'll bring in our P2 finisher, which is Munkian. Munkian, what a photo finish from you, of course. Speedjack just winning out by 9 thousandths of a second. Of course, anyway, you had a thrilling race, so just what do you make of this race?
Well, the pace on the inters was horrible in the beginning. Just kept on losing places and I was just falling back. But the safety cars in this race, compared to the other two, actually was good. So I gained quite a bit from that. And then after Atlas got disqualified, it was just me and Speedjack, but he didn't have a range setup, so that's why he had such low downforce and a lot of top speed.
Yeah, I noticed that he was really fast on the straights, but you made a choice to go to the medium and he went to the soft. Do you believe that that would have changed the result if you went to the soft, or do you believe that you made the right choice?
I do think it was the right choice because I tried in Grand Prix mode and the softs were like 8 to 10% a lap up. He probably had like 70% on that final lap. So I had a lot more grip in the first sector, but I couldn't pass him because I got a bad exit on the back straight.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that, but I do believe that he also got a pretty bad exit. So
Yeah.
Anyway, you must be kind of happy with that result, of course. Atlas
Yeah,
not scoring points.
Got fastest lap, so 19
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, it's good result. And we'll bring in Speedjack for his interview, of course, the race winner. Speedjack, you won the race. I guess you're pretty happy with it. Of course, would have perhaps been different if Atlas wasn't disqualified, but you still deserve that win 100%. What do you just make of this race?
I feel like I had a pretty bad qualifying overall because I didn't have a rain setup because I forgot to change to it and then it was park firmly. So and yeah, I just tried to defend in the slow corners and try to keep up on the straights.
Yeah, and it does look like you managed. Of course, you won by just 9,000ths of a second to Monkey On. I don't know if you were struggling with the tires at the end there. How were they?
I think I don't really know, but it were kind of worn out a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, of course.
So,
the softs wear quite hard under the safety cards or safety car. So yeah, but you must be anyway thrilled with this result.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do believe that we'll bring in Miko now, as he will give his insight to this race. Of course, anybody who wants to be interviewed after the race can be interviewed. Miko, you had a quite unfortunate race this time, I believe. You had a couple of incidents with other drivers, but don't remember your end result. I could quickly bring that up. Oh, no, I can't bring it up. But what do you make of this race?
On lap 28 in turn 1 and turn 2, I had a little crash with Skive and spun, but still got 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point is it matters in the long run if you get 1 point. It could be the difference between a P6, P5 finish in the championship. So yeah, good damage limitation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks Miko for the interview. And I do believe that is it for the interviews, and I guess we'll be back this Wednesday for the Tier 2 race. I have not said anything controversial, I believe. So yeah, we'll bring you the Tier 2 race on Wednesday. I don't know what time we'll bring it. Tier 2 is... don't know actually. I can quickly check it. Yeah, I can't see it, but I do believe it's around 8. I don't know if we still have it at 9 o'clock, because that is really late. But yeah, that is the end of the stream, and hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday.